All right, good. So we're at 68% on security now, by the way. And I'm mostly just kind of stalling time at this point. Like I'm just in travel and I can't really build. I don't really want to build anything at the moment. I think this task doesn't need to be completed just yet, so I'll cancel that. I'm trying to get more CPU units. CPU units? Oh yeah, that's what I said. CPU units, guys. It's the ATM machine. I'm trying to get the central processing units here so that I can control more bots, because I have had bots just, you know, disconnect still. So I am still at my peak, and I've actually had to stop mining. I stopped the cryptocurrency mining because I think it was taking up too much processing power, and it wasn't allowing me to control my bots anymore. This merchant ship is available. Here we go. And this guy's got some stuff. So rubber is something I'm just gonna want. I know it's expensive. I'm just gonna want it. We're gonna say we want 50 units of rubber. 52 is fine. And then microchips are too expensive. I can buy crawlers. That sounds fun. I mean, hey, if they can trade in humans, they can trade in crawlers too, I suppose. I think we're good on titanium now as far as the plates go, but I mean, the titanium resource doesn't cost all that much less than plate, right? So it's kind of not worth buying at the moment. Maybe some grain. No, I think we're fine just the way we are. I think I just want rubber from this guy, and then I can, you know, use that to make plastic or whatever. Maybe some plant fibers. How much plant fiber do I have right now? A lot. Quartz is good. Silicon's good. Petroleum's okay. Might want to trade in oil later. Don't have a whole lot of survival meals, so if you have any protein, it might be nice, but you don't need survival meals if you have the other types of food. Battery cells are good to have for more drones. I think the resource I'm waiting on for this is plastic and transistors, and that just requires things to get made. It just requires time to make it. So we're gonna go ahead and just do the rubber, and then as far as our offer for that, I don't really have much to give you aside from the money. Like, the money is kind of everything here. I can maybe part with a little bit of carbon, just take a little bit of that burden away on my wallet, but that's probably about it. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we now have rubber, and I'm hoping that helps a lot. I'm really hoping that it helps. Do we have plastic? Because I can use that rubber to make plastic. Incoming stasis pod. Oh boy. Who knows what that can be? It could be anything. There's the plastic. So it's plastic's dropped off a cliff. So probably could use that rubber to make plastic. Yeah, maybe. Although I have petroleum, and I could be using that petroleum to make plastic too, which is kind of what this machine is supposed to be doing all the time. So yeah, petroleum and carbon should just be here. Let's increase this to 50. It's not working because I didn't increase it, so let's jack that up and make sure it's constantly running. All right, where's this incoming stasis pod at, huh? I know the research speed thing. Where is it? Right over here. And it is going to land on our ship right here. That's a great spot, actually, you know? Nice and isolated. Very cold. Hope there's people there without a spacesuit. You could be like, wow, these guys really don't care about their place, do they? We can warm it up a little bit in there by just opening up these vents, but that also cools it down in here. So let's see what happens with this. There's a cooldown period, and then something will pop out of it, I guess. Let's close these vents now. Okay, hold on. Pause. Scavenger raid. We are being raided by the scavenger faction. Okay, so they've got Rover. Going to try and kill me. No weapons. Killer. No weapons. There's a person named Kalen who's in a spacesuit. There's a droid, a cleaning bot droid. There's somebody named Charlie. Spelled with a Y. What a loser. Corbin. And then they're just coming in. And so that's going to be combat for us, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm sure Bluesy Bot probably won't win this. But one thing we could maybe do just to ensure they cannot leave with any of their stuff is I could try to deconstruct their pod and then they can't leave. So we could try that. It also looks like maybe the droid is not attacking Bluesy. Bluesy's able to hit the droid and the droids aren't attack. Like, what are they doing? They're hitting my stuff instead of Bluesy. We got Mech fighting Corbin. Charlie's dead, thankfully. Apparently we can't take any prisoners. I want to see if I can mark this guy as... Like, can we take a prisoner? That's what this whole area over here was supposed to be for. It's like, it's my jail cell. I don't think I can do that, though. Skills. He's decently skilled. I don't know if you can actually, like, recruit any of these guys. I think you just have to kill them. Yeah, usually not very friendly, right? Well, they certainly don't look very smart because we're taking them out very, very fast. And they seem to be really just interested in targeting my ship and not at targeting the things that are actually fighting. So once again, another reminder, right, that this is, you know, the combat system in the game. It's not fully fleshed out yet. It's not finished. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, etc., right? And so you can see that we basically have defended ourselves from that scavenger raid quite easily, in fact. We want to build a copy and get that wall back in, if I can. There we go. And I believe that was a wall as well. And we'll break down their pod, which is going to give us some sweet loot. And then we also have bots, which we can now break down in our disassembler. And that will get us loot too. Construction drones and all that stuff. We just break that stuff down, get the materials, and then we use those materials to build our own bots in our own assembler, right? That's how you're supposed to do it. So, okay, so the scavenger raid is done. I'm sorry if it was a little jittery there. I was speeding up time by accident, and we really just have to repair rebuild 2 walls and then repair 1 wall. There we go, done. Everything is good. Everything remains undamaged. Relatively uneventful raid by the raiding party. And just like that, security is done. So with security done, I should now be able to build an emergency siren. Activate the emergency siren to gather everyone in the area where it is located. Great for building panic rooms. So the siren is going to be, I think, right next to the heater, maybe. Probably a fine spot for it. And then again, that's the intention, is so that I have a room where everyone is supposed to come over here, right? With those extra components that we've broke down from the bots, we can now build our particle accelerators really easily. So that's good. So let's connect these up. Particle collectors, I mean, not accelerators. I think we're doing okay on titanium here. I think maybe we'll let's keep going with titanium on that one, and then this one can be silicon. Yeah, silicon on you. Maybe we'll do uranium on one of them at some point, but probably not, because that just takes 2 megawatts of power constantly. No good. Can we get... Yeah, this stuff is a 9 construction, so we're still lacking something to build this. Transistors. Really? Copper plate. Really? Yeah. Yeah, really. We don't have copper plate. We're out of copper plate. Okay. Well, I did move my furnaces off of copper to handle titanium really quickly. But that would explain it in that way. So let's stop processing titanium here. Go back to processing copper. And then I think I'm going to stop processing titanium here as well because we have quite a bit of it. And I can tell this to process. Let's push through some of that iron again. So we'll just get more of that stuff. And then you can see here the second fabricator is going in too. And then over here, I'm not sure what I'm going to build, but whatever it is, most likely it will need. Well, if I can get a good supply of oil, then I'll be doing that. But let's see if we can collect copper actually from this one. It's got silicon, copper. I may actually switch this one to copper as well. That seems like a good idea. Just so we can have even more of that, and then we can make more plate from it. So 96, 98, 99. Good. Switch it up to copper. And then whenever this one's done, we'll have this one collect. I don't know. We'll have it collect quartz, I guess. It's probably fine. Not enough transistors. I know. So once we have the plate, then we'll have enough transistors. Meantime, maybe we'll stop producing wire because that's taking the plate. And we'll start maybe making battery cells from this, which also takes the plate. So just really everything is going to take plate. Maybe not the gears. Gears take steel plate. We can make that work. Yep. All right, here's this. Go ahead and connect that. And there's a fire. Of course there is. Can we deal with that, Bluesy? Can you deal with that fire? You're right there. Boom, boom, boom. All done. Okay, and now it's very hot here. Is it still gonna catch fire? No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, good. And then let's go ahead and just repair it. So this extra bit of processing power, I hope will allow me to continue mining. I don't know why it was disconnecting. I don't even know if mining affects your CPU in terms of being able to control the bots, but for some reason, I was having mass disconnects until I stopped mining, and now I'm fine. All right, so the storm ended. All these things can go away. Cool. So, guys, I think pretty much reached the end of what I can show you today until I get to energy weapons, which allows me to do directional turrets, and maybe we can shoot the pods out of the sky. Maybe. I think maybe the last thing to do, this allows me to actually make the processor upgrade. The last thing to do, I think, is to go in here and start, being able to make our own bots. So carriers would be really good to have. They are usually all over the place, and they are the logistics engine of the entire place, the entire colony here. So I think we go carriers next. That's going to fill up our disk space quite a bit. After that, I think I'll go with the construction drone, and that will definitely fill up our construction space, or our disk space. So we can then go in and get our disk modules upgraded over here too. We should have the parts to be able to do that. And then we're left with basically just this row here, which I can place another one there. Okay. Microchips are still a thing that I have to worry about too. And we've reached that planet. So this is, again, we've already been here before. This is our first planet we were at. And in this planet, right, we're just looking to go down and get the rest of that copper. And then we're going to head over to a whole new place. So we're going to head to our shuttle. And I kind of want to dress this place up a little bit. So maybe before I do this, because I'm not sure I can actually... Well, can I move this after the shuttle leaves? We're going to find out. Let's get somebody who doesn't have, I don't need Hobo Goblin in there. Let's get somebody else. Maybe Terrence can go. Just somebody who needs mining experience, right? We can pull Dark Dragon out of there. We don't need you to get this anymore. We'll send maybe Mavis down to the surface here. So let's launch the expedition. Tell them to mine everything. We're also going to want to go in and just, for the sake of being thorough, we'll go in and we already scanned it. Yeah, so it's just copper and rock. We already knew that already. We've already been here. It's the first planet we had. After this, we're then going to head here, followed by basically these 4 planets. Here, 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 and here. And then we're going to work on getting a couple of things. I want to work on getting the bigger engines. which requires research and power and all that stuff. And then I also want to work on getting the telescope so that we can, you know, do the overall objective of looking for that habitable world that we're supposed to be looking for, right? And then I think I'll just grab copper is fine here for this one. Okay. So that, I think, guys, for me anyway, that is going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and just bring, I think, this back here, relocate this to be here. So it's going to generate heat. So we're going to want to go ahead and build 2 more of our heat sinks there and there. Our crafting center is going to be here. I'm going to move the storages and stuff over here too. Now that this is left, can I move it? I cannot. So you can't move this once the expedition leaves. Good to know. So I need to find a place for this. I think this is a fine place for it, but I kind of want to adjust the floor a little bit while I do. And I'm kind of thinking this floor, right? If I go something like, let's say this, and it goes out to about here. Let's say 3 or 2. Is it 2 tiles or 3 tiles? I think it'll be 2 tiles. 2 tiles out from where it'll be, so it'll be here. Right, so if I dress the floor as much as I can dress it, and then we'll move it out of the way, adjust the rest of the floor, and then move it back. But this will be reinforced flooring that's got this cautionary look to it, and this can just be where we put the shuttle. The shuttle lands here. If we need another shuttle, then we can look to move it again. Maybe we'll have 1 shuttle here and 1 shuttle here, and so it's kind of like symmetrical that way. But I think this is an okay spot to land the shuttle for now. And I know the floor will be a little bit weird because it's, you know, not centered, but I plan to move this 1 tile back, and that's why there's 3 on this side and 1 on this side, because eventually it'll be 2 and 2. Carrier drone is complete. We can now create carrier drones, and I can probably go over here, and instead of making microchips, I can tell it to make carrier drones. Yeah, or C42. That's interesting. I think carrier drones is fine though. And then maybe we can use the tractor beam. We have things like that, right, that are coming at us. The whatever it was, the supply pod or whatever. We can take that stasis pod. If it's coming in, we know where it's landing, right? If we go get the tractor beam, then what happens is we can redirect that tractor beam to land where we want it to land. And so we can have it land in a big open area, like maybe in the front here, probably more like in the tail section over here where it's not going to harm anybody. We can have it land, and then we can kind of like place a bunch of explosives around that area as a sort of a trap. So if it's nothing hostile, then fine. We just go get it. If it is hostile, they'll run into the traps, explode, and we don't have to deal with them anymore. So that's an option too. I don't know if that's necessary because, again, in this particular version of the game, it doesn't seem like combat is much of an issue. But yeah. Got a new pawn here too, named Kaysen. Hello, Kaysen. Welcome in, Mr. Kaysen. Look at all these beings. Look at all of our wonderful beings. I know I'm missing somebody. I know there was somebody that said they wanted to be in the game, and I just have not gotten them in. I apologize. I will thoroughly look through my comment section after this. The next recording will take into account every comment that was taken as of probably 3 videos ago. I am recording a little bit ahead because, you know, I have to record basically when my daughter sleeps. And her schedule and our schedule and doctor's appointments and all that kind of stuff, it's not really like I can just, you know, control that necessarily completely. So looks like they're exploring. Are they trying to find the copper or what? You should already know where this is. Go get it. Respect this. Go get it. I think you have everything, don't you? Wait, I already have all the copper and the rock on board. That's not what's available. That's what's on board. Yeah, you already got everything. So you don't need to explore anymore. You just need to come back. We'll call the expedition back. We've already got everything. Radar asteroid proximity warning. Oh no. Detected an asteroid with dangerously close trajectory. It will be in proximity of the ship in 11 and a half hours, or 12 hours. Well, again, I feel like if we leave, then we should be able to avoid the asteroid, right? Like, I feel like if you leave, that's the thing that should happen. So when this shuttle comes back, if the shuttle comes back. Whenever the shuttle comes back. And you know what I might do? This looks kind of cool. We could have the shuttle come in from this side. We could have it come in. I wish it would go out the same way it comes in, though, because the whole cross that it does, I don't like that. But like I want to have like an actual shuttle bay with a door to the outside that it has to go through, and I want all of that. That sounds so much more immersive than what I'm getting here, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain too much. Just a little complaint. Just a little teeny tiny complaint, okay? So I think as soon as this shuttle gets back, we leave. And honestly, it should be close enough to returning now where we could probably get started on leaving now. I think we could probably get started on leaving now. The shuttle should be very close to us. So I'm going to say this is where we want to go. That's our new destination. So we're going there. Here's the shuttle. And as soon as this thing lands, I want to see us get on the controls. Yep, there it is. Boom, we're gone. So we're out of here. Let's leave. Let's go. Continuously accelerate. There's the incoming asteroid. Okay, well, the asteroid's here, and it's headed towards tail section. I mean, it sucks because it's going to take out the storages, but it could have been a lot worse. And I still say that if we're accelerating, we should be ditching this thing, right? And maybe it was going to be worse. Maybe this is just like when it appears on the radar, when it appears on the screen, wherever you are, because we accelerated forward a little bit, so maybe it's hitting us in the tail section. I don't know. I want to know how this thing determines where it's going to hit, and I'm going to ask the dev how that works. How does the game determine where these giant asteroids are going to hit? And I want to say this doesn't take out our engines. I want to say it really doesn't harm us much at all, because this area in here, it doesn't exactly have heat anyway, and it's not a main area for oxygen. There's really not much to this in terms of it hurting us. The only problem is the storage. So what I want to do now is I want to turn off these engines, and we do that by disconnecting this from power and disconnecting this one from power. This will disengage the engines, and it will prevent us from moving. So if we can prevent ourselves from moving, then what I want to see is all of this stuff hauled back. I want all the bots to haul this stuff back. This is flight impossible. So can we haul this? Can the bots go and get this? And get it all fast enough is what I want to know. So we're not moving anymore. And so because we're not accelerating, all of this stuff is able to be brought back in. So overall, not that big of a deal. We could then go ahead, build a copy, and get all of this, all the flooring restored. And then once the flooring is restored, we can go in and build the storages back and all that stuff. We have damage we need to repair here. We have some flooring that's damaged here. Overall, though, it could have been way worse getting hit by this thing. And obviously, we're kind of in a vacuum over here, so everyone needs a spacesuit. But they should know that. And then once they bring all that stuff back in, we can then go in and build a copy of the wall, get that wall being put back together. Very good. Yep. Fix the wall, bring back in all the stuff that was in storage, and then we'll build additional storages. And actually, probably instead of building the storages, we'll just go ahead and actually move the storage now. Put all that wall back in, just like that. Overall, pretty fast repairs. Like that's pretty reasonable. And then still 195 carbon out here, but we're gonna get that brought in now too. 95, 45, 30. Seems good, man. All right, good. So now we're just gonna take this wall and just close it in. Should be no problem. Done. With that done, you can then bring power back to the engines. Power back to the engines. There we go. And continue our course to our new planet. And then it'll just be like it never happened. Now, hopefully our bot will get inside. hopefully without getting burned by the engines. Get inside. Okay, so there we go. Gordon joined our colony. Gordon is a carrier bot that we've just built. So yay, we can build our own bots now. Isn't that nice? And then we'll go ahead and connect these. That gives us higher bot capacity, and we can continue to build even more carrier drones until we have 10. That's fine with me. One research I might want to get is there's a way to get more CPU out of those units. Like it gives you 2 terahertz instead of, I think it's this one. Yeah, overclocking. I'm going to add that to the list. And I can replace those units with that. And then the security controls are here too. Yeah, so I'm starting to see merit in the tractor beam, because if I'm able to direct, I guess the force fields protect us as well. But if there is a way to direct the asteroids, or, you know, determine and control where things land in our ship, that is something I think is quite valuable. So I think I'll go after tractor beam research after that. And we're going to want to upgrade storage, which is what we're currently focused on over here. Okay, so we have these online. Get them connected. And then with that connected, we can now go ahead and bring over one of the grinders, relocate this grinder over here. And with that done, we can now get our storages moved over to at least some of them. So this one's fairly empty. So we'll go ahead and move this one over, and we'll just pop it here. I think it's probably fine. We have another storage unit here that's not empty, but it's kind of getting there. I want to move my crafting stations and stuff. So we're going to relocate all this stuff to where we can just do it right. So here, and we'll go ahead and get this one, relocate it to here. Let's go ahead and get another one. We'll relocate this one. I know I kind of want it to be somewhat like staggered with this. So we can probably put, if I do it like this, then it kind of cuts this off. So I'm trying not to block it. I think maybe instead, we'll let him move it first, and then I'll reposition it, because it's easier to do that. So what we could do, I'm waiting for this to all be done. Okay, good. Now what I'll do is I'll take this, relocate it. We'll say, I think I'll move that vent and make that a door instead. We'll do that. Then do that. Right? And then we'll go in and do, maybe we can craft here and put another one there. I guess we could do back-to-back again, but then I'm getting really crowded with that door. The other option is just to move these doors out, but I think I kind of like it the way it is. So we'll have those two be there, and then maybe we'll relocate this one to be, yeah, kind of like this maybe. Maybe this will be okay. Put that one there. And then if I bring this crafting station now, relocate it over here, I could get this crafting station to be here. As soon as I relocate it, there, like that. And then we'll just hook all this stuff up on this side. And then we control what they craft, right? So we're gonna have you make transistors, you make microchips, you make copper wire, and we'll have you make the battery cells so that we can, you know, do the things we want to do. Now, of course, in order to do this comfortably, they need oxygen, which they have. They don't have the temperature, though. It's not very comfortable. So we're going to add a heater over here as well. And it'll probably be a big heater. Yeah, it should be a big heater. And we'll put it in the hallway, and then it can feed into these two vents. This is fine right here. I want to move this. So we're going to build a copy. We're going to stick this here, and then we're going to stick the vent where the door is. So we're just going to flip these two so that they're not in each other's way. See, our workers are going offline again. I don't like that. Try to turn them on again. I'm not sure why that keeps happening. We have construction drones research now too. So we're gonna start building those as well. But now we can finally start expanding our drones. Should be great for productivity. Should be much great for much better, I guess. Much great, yes. Much great for logistics. 34 beings. Are you gonna do this quickly or, well, okay, you're not gonna do it. Here, there. Now there's gonna be heat in this area. Because they're kind of in their suits, aren't they? No, you're just in casual. Yeah, you have oxygen in here. You're fine. Now, where is the oxygen coming from in here? I wonder. I'm also providing power to this from outside the room, but I'm also going to provide it inside the room too. I wonder where the oxygen is coming from, because I don't actually have. I haven't actually done anything there. Let's have you make. I could just produce star creds miners. They are worth money. 5 microchips, 3 lithium, 2 copper plates. This one is 1 microchip, 1 lithium, 2 copper plate. That's peculiar. Wait, so reactor efficiency upgrades and star creds miners. Let me check the stock market really quick. The star cred miners are 2.46. You can see that the current price is above my average price. So I'm currently profitable on it if I wanted to sell. And that's the one way to get my credits back. I could just do that, get like 10K credits back. But what I'm looking for is what's the difference between the star creds miner price, which is 2.46, and this is 1.77. That's not a very big difference, but there's a huge difference in the amount of resources it takes to make them. So if I'm going to make these for the purposes of selling them, I should be assembling the reactor efficiency upgrades. Because these ones are worth, proportionately, they're worth less than the other one, but they take a lot less input. And so it's definitely more better for the resources. I think I've decided to change this. I've been looking at it and trying to figure out how I want to do this, and I think I've decided to change this slightly because it's taking forever to do this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the door here and the vent here. I'm going to leave all this stuff where it is, but instead I'm going to relocate this to be right next to this and relocate you to be right next to this. Then I'm going to take the fabricator and put it sideways facing that direction. Take this fabricator, put it sideways facing this direction. I think this gives me a good balance in space and is going to permit me to do what I want to do. So you're making microchips here. We're going to make transistors there. Yep. So that means you are going to make copper wire, and you are going to make... You can make optical fiber, I guess. It's fine. And then this could maybe be expanded. See, now I feel like I'm still not doing it right. I'm not sure I need this many fabricators. We got 1 thruster broken down due to wear. Probably the oldest thruster we had, because it's very damaged. But device wear, device wear, device wear. This is probably one of the original thrusters. But it shouldn't stay on fire for long. There's no oxygen out there, so the fire goes away, and we just need to make repairs to it. So one of the drones will come out here and do that, I think. I'm not sure why you're not connected anymore. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but there we go. There's a way to organize this room to make this a lot better. I just got to figure out what it is. But I'm going to figure it out. And when I do, you'll be like, oh, yeah. You probably don't even care. You probably already know what it is. The heat that's building up in here would also be from the machines. We wouldn't need the heater. The machines is what would cause the heat, would make the heat come. But you know, it's mostly just because they're not running. So we need to get to the planet so that we can start processing rock or petroleum or whatever. And if we get enough resources, like if I make a bunch of these reactor efficiency upgrades, I can get one of these oil traders to come out and just give me petroleum or give me oil. Oil is probably cheaper. It's almost certainly cheaper just because I have to, with oil, you can refine it. Petroleum is already refined, so obviously it's going to be cheaper. All right, so research lacks resources. Is it hard drive space? probably. Yeah, we're down 25. So I want these. So we're only have... We need more hard drive space, and that's what this is for. But this one's pending construction. We should be good to go. As soon as Doofus gets over here and does it. Thank you, Doofus. Done. Are we good now? We got resources now? It has begun. Good. All right, overclocking begins. So in the next video, overclocking will be done, most likely. We're still getting drones shutting down. I just don't get it. We have enough. Try this. 10 out of 14. Like, I don't get it. We have enough. So like, again, the only thing I can think of is it's the mining that's shutting them down, right? Because like, again, they're shutting down, and I don't know why 11 drones continuously shut off when we have enough CPU overhead. 10 out of 14. Maybe there's an upgrade I can get too. I could probably prompt an upgrades miner to come out here and take a look. Let's go an oil trader and an upgrades dealer. Let's try to get 2 of those guys to come over here. Because again, they're just offline. The drone's constantly shutting down. So I'll stop the mining for now and see if that actually plays a role. I have no idea. We should not see. I mean, granted, I am making more carrier drones. I am, but I have enough capacity. I mean, I'm up good here. Again, I don't understand it. If you can see why those are shutting off, let me know in the comments. At this point, you guys have had. At this point in the series, this game is available for you guys in early access. So some of you guys are probably playing this, and if you are, 1, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're handling it, and 2, again, let me know what you think about why that's maybe happening, because I don't know why. This is in the middle of it, right? I could do up here, but I think this is more the middle. I'll do it there. And then if I wanted to rearrange this, I could actually make it like this. But I can't line it up exactly with this, unfortunately, because of the way the grid works. But I'd like it to, like, you know, come in and have a door and you can just dock in. And that would be so much cooler than, but yeah, whatever. It's fine. I should probably call it quits. I've been playing this game all day for me. It's been a long day, on and off, of course, with the baby and everything, but it's just been feed, play with child, then play STARDEUS, then, you know, rinse and repeat, then go throw a football around with my other son so he doesn't feel neglected, then play STARDEUS. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. I hope you guys will join me for the next one. Bye bye.